to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is August 2nd, 2024, and today is Friday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, markets tumble almost across the board. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So it's the first Friday of the month, which means at 2:30 South African time, out of the United States, we have a non-farm payroll number coming out. Now, we also have corporate earnings for ExxonMobil and Chevron, two of the largest oil companies in the world. Now, looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the US dollar strengthens versus the major pairs. The Japanese yen trading lower versus the USD. That's the biggest loser. Now, looking at the indices, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both sell off. And as we look at commodities, gold holds on to its gains, but oil does sell off. Now, looking at the stock, techs and bank stocks sold off almost across the board. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin retracing further. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we are, first with the Japanese yen. Now the Japanese yen is getting stronger where all the rest of the other pairs are getting weaker versus the dollar. And the thing is about the Japanese yen, it's the fact that the Nikkei is going down and inversely, the yen goes up, okay? The yen appreciates. So if the yen is going from 160 to 150, that means it's appreciating. Now, it's breached two major levels here. Number one, it's breached that 150 level. And number two, it's breached that 200-day moving average, which is huge on a daily, okay? And you can see that on a weekly, that we have made some amazing progress here when it comes to the Japanese yen. Now, inversely, looking at the British pound, it did weaken versus the dollar. Now, the British pound went all the way up to 130, retracing to 127. That's over 300 pips. That's a very big move. But the biggest move was certainly the Japanese yen. Okay, that was the strongest one. Now, the euro didn't move so much, and the Australian dollar just slightly. Okay, now the other day we had from the Canadian dollar, we had that rate decision. Didn't do much. Okay, it did break out to the upside just a little bit, but didn't break up through 138, 140-ish level. You can see that we're retracing here, so I do think that we will continue to retrace here and use this as a resistance-ish level at these levels. Now, jumping into commodities, gold holding on to its gains, not retracing. This is showing strength, while crude oil did tank yesterday from 78 down to $76. Okay, there's volatility in the markets. I'm jumping into the U.S. markets. Let's start out with the Dow Jones. Dow Jones tanking over 500 points. You can see with after hours, it's even more, close to 1,000 points, okay, altogether. So with that said, there is support-ish level here. We do have non-farm payroll number coming out, so that might turn things around. And as we look at the NASDAQ, showing some tremendous weakness as well. Now, looking at the individual stocks, let's take a look at Intel. Intel, big bellwether, canceling its dividends, and you could see that it's breaking that $30 range, okay, the $30 supportish level, and now we're at $29 a share. Now this is getting weaker as well. Very important. JP Morgan, this was a $217 stock and it's retracing to 207. That's a tremendous sell-off as well. Looking at Bank of America, also a big sell-off. So the sell-off is across the board almost, okay? When I'm talking about big tech and banks, so those are the ones that really we've been watching very carefully. If you look at Facebook also, that was a huge sell-off yesterday. Okay, it opened up at 525, even though it beat its earnings, everything was good. But look at that sell-off. That's over a $28 sell-off there. And if we look at NVIDIA and AMD, also tremendous sell-offs there as well. So, like I said, okay, we may see this actually, progressing because it's been a little bit of a yo-yo ride in the markets this week. Every time it went up and then it went down. Okay, it went up 300 points, it went down 400 points. And so there's been a little bit of misdirection in the market. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin lastly, it did retrace further to its supportish level at 64,270. Okay, again, it's a choppy market. It'll probably bounce around these areas. So keep in mind, I don't expect anything big. But today, you want to see if the market continues to sell off or we're going to get that bounce after the NFP. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.